Hello, my name is Jiateng Sun. My UIN is 930001910, and this is my database project 1. For this project, I developed a plane ticket managing system. I will show you how it works. So first of all, I used Postgres database for my database support, and I used HTML, CSS, which I wrote myself. You can see here are my CSS, here are all my HTML to make the user interface. Let me quickly hide this. This is my code. This is the main code for managing my connection between the user interface and the database. Here are the requirements for the packages. Here are all the sample data that I need to make sure it works. So I made up some addresses, made up some customers, I made up some payments and some airports with their correct code. These are all from the internet, which are correct. Some airlines, which are all correct. I made up some flights, so the user can search in the system for their flights. Each flights have their own classes, and these are all associated with them. So these are the made up data that I need to make the database work. Of course, there are SQLs that populate the database at first to initialize it. You can either write this into the client, or you can choose to run maketable.py, which will do the same exact thing. You have to do this first and then use the sample data to populate the database. All right, now that is done. Let me show you how it works. Make this bigger. All right, so I will run. Let me stop this first. I will run the program. I will go to this. I'll click on this, and it will direct us to the main page. It's a little bit slow. 1 second. Let me restart it. Okay. Here we go. Now this is the login page. You can click sign up. I'll enter my name as Jane. My email will be jane@tmu.edu. Submit. Now I'm registered. I'll go back to the main page. I'll put in jane@tmu.edu. Submit. Now I'm logged in. It will say hello Jane, which is my name. I pulled this from the database using SQL queries inside the Python file. I can go to my user settings. As you can see, I already put in some address because it's a very redundant step, but you can test this by putting something in there. I can delete or add address here. I can add a payment method. So something you have to know is you have to add address first and then use that address inside your payment method. So these are associated. These are my cards. All right, now let's go back. All right, let's say I want to search for a flight, which is on 2017, December 10th. My departure airport, I can pick these. These are all the made up data that I put into the database. I'll go from ORD to LX. Now you can put in return date, which will narrow down the search, but I want to show you it can return all the results. You can pick a max number of connection. You don't need to put in it. You don't need to put in this either, but these are all good restrictions that you can use. You can sort it by price, or you can sort it by flight length. Now click submit. Here are all the choices. Okay. Now the first one, it's not that pretty. I know I don't have time to make it prettier, but this will show you the flight ID of that flight, which is 110. Let's book that one. Click book. Here are it's like the checkout page. Now pick which one you want. So let's pick 110 business. Business have a business is $430. Economy is $330. Business is cheap, more expensive. This is the capacity which is basically how many tickets are left. Now here it listed all the payment method that I have already added. It's not that pretty, I know, but this is the payment number. So you pick this 42, you submit. Now it's booked. Now we go back to home and we check my bookings. I was testing, so this one was already there. So these are all my bookings. But if I'm not satisfied with one booking, I can always put in the booking number, which should be here. These are the booking numbers because you can book the same flight, right, for like multiple family members. So you have to have another identifier. So these are the booking numbers that I basically randomly generated when I create a booking. So let's say I don't want this one. I want to delete 2572. I click delete, it's gone.